Peace, brothers and sisters. My name is Damon Jones, New York representative of Blacks in Law Enforcement of America. And thank you always for coming on the page and sharing the stuff on the page. And we started a new segment, Black Law Enforcement Unplugged, where we discuss issues relevant to black law enforcement officers in the black community. And I think we've been discussing black officers sacrificing their life and their careers in defending the black community. A lot of people say that they do not see black officers speak out. They do not see black officers doing anything, but there are a lot of black officers that are doing great things within the police department and addressing the issues of police criminality and racial bias and white supremacy within the law enforcement structure. And I will say it again, this sister, Cariol Horne, a former Buffalo police officer who lost her job, and she is now fighting for her pension because she had the testicular fortitude to stop a white officer, from choking a black man to death. The victim, his name is David Mack, 59-year-old man who was handcuffed, and the man that was killing him at the time was a Buffalo police officer, Gregory Kwiatkowski. I know I jammed his name up, but so what? This officer was choking a 59-year-old man in handcuffs, and when Officer Horne came on the scene, she went to break them up and stopped she stopped the illegal act. And in that, they turned on her. They charged her with obstruction of justice and obstruction of a police officer's duty, and brought her up on trumped up charges, and she ended up losing her job and losing her pension. And she is still fighting for her pension.
A 7 Eyewitness News exclusive. Former Buffalo police officer Cariol Horne in a battle tonight to get her pension. She was fired for trying to stop a fellow officer she says was abusing a suspect. And tonight she is telling her side of the story to 7 Eyewitness News reporter Kendra Eaglin.
November 1st, 2006, there was a call of an officer in trouble at 707 Walden.
That officer, Gregory Kwiatkowski, who was responding to a domestic dispute inside of that home between Neal Mack and his girlfriend. When Officer Cariol Horne went into the house, she says Mack had already been placed under arrest.
He was handcuffed in the front, and he was sideways and being punched in the face by Gregory Kwiatkowski.
Horne and about 10 other officers who arrived at the scene helped drag Mack out of the home, but once outside, Horne says Officer Kwiatkowski was out of control.
Gregory Kwiatkowski turned Neal Mack around and started choking him. So then I'm like, Greg, you're choking him, because I thought whatever happened in the house he was still upset about. So when he didn't stop choking him, then I just grabbed his arm from around Neal Mack's neck.
If that chokehold of a handcuffed suspect caught Horne off guard, it didn't prepare her for what she says Kwiatkowski did next.
He comes up and punches me in the face, and so I had to have my bridge replaced.
Horne says other officers pulled her back when she tried to defend herself. Following that incident, Horne was fired, charged with obstruction for jumping on Officer Kwiatkowski's back and or striking him with her hands. But Officer Kwiatkowski's own words seem to conflict with the charges. In sworn testimony, he says, she never got on top of me. Nonetheless, Horne lost every appeal, her 19-year career over, and she didn't qualify for a pension. The breadwinner for her 5 children, Horne, now a truck driver to make ends meet.
My daughter said, Mommy, why did you go to work that day? She never said, why did you do what you did, or I wish you wouldn't have done it. She just said, I wish you wouldn't have gone to work that day. So I don't regret it.
Officer Kwiatkowski retired from the police force after he was suspended for choking another officer on the job, a separate incident of punching another officer when he was off the clock, and most recently, Kwiatkowski and 2 other officers were indicted on civil rights charges for holding down a black teenager and shooting him with a BB gun. As for Horne, the city has sent her case to the state retirement system for review. We contacted them for an update, but we haven't heard back yet.
Now let's be clear. Officer Kwiatkowski jammed his name up, and guess what? I don't care. In December 1st, 2016, pleaded guilty to federal charges, doing the same thing, violating people's rights. But he has his pension. Right, they allowed him to keep his pension, and he went to jail, right? But this officer who did the right thing, she saw something, and she did something, and because of her actions, Mr. Mack is alive today, you know, and she's still fighting for her pension, but you allow white officers that plead guilty to crimes. They still got their pension. This is a total injustice for a black woman who stopped almost a murder of a black man. And there's a petition that we have for her. She already had a petition, but we're starting another one. She had close to 200,000 signatures. You know, we hope we could get another 100,000, another almost 200,000 with this new petition, that we could get people out. We could keep this story going. The key is that we need New York State Comptroller Thomas DiNapoli to reinstate Officer Horne's pension. Yay or nay? You know, the legal team just needs a letter, yay or nay, so they could go from there. As black law enforcement professionals, we know Officer Horne's situation all too well. Black officers who expose the corrupt and racist system of policing are too often left alone from elected officials, organizations, and even in their union that we pay dues to. When you do the right thing for the badge and the community, you're usually left on your own to defend yourself. And that's what it is. That's what usually happens. And we don't hear anything from the NAACP. We don't hear the Urban League, National Action Network, all the women's organizations to protect some of these women who get sexually assaulted in the police department by their supervisors. Nobody says anything. Nobody helps the black female officer or the black male officer. We're just all our own, you know. So, you know, I decided to have this Black Law Enforcement Unplugged so we could tell it like it TI is. And it's a shame that these organizations do not help us out. But they want us to speak out. And then when we do speak out, they're nowhere to be found. They're ghosts, you know, and officers are in danger when they speak out because they could get hurt, you know. They could be in a situation and they won't send backup, or the backup just will not come because they feel that we are not part of the system or not part of the good old boys network, or we have stepped across the blue wall of silence, and just to protect our community and protect our people. So sooner or later, you know, we're going to have a great talk with these organizations and find out what's happening. But in that case, please, if you're watching this video on YouTube, there should be a link that you could click on to the petition to sign, so we could get this sister her pension. She did the right thing, but the wrong thing was done to her by the Buffalo Police Department and the city of Buffalo of New York government. And if you're on Facebook, check out the link. The link should be up above. And if you're watching from the Blacks in Law Enforcement of America website, the link should be in this post here. So I thank everybody for checking us out and supporting us. Keep on checking us out, and the organization is here. You know how to contact us if you're on the page, Twitter or Instagram. So check us out, and please share this petition. We got to get this sister her pension. She did the right thing. She should not be punished for what she did. She should be supported, and she should be praised by black politicians and black pastors and black organizations. They should hold this sister up high, and you female organizations should be up in Buffalo tearing it down. I know it's snowing right now, but you should go up to Buffalo and support this sister. Where y'all at? Where the female organizations at? You know, y'all should be in the outrage. Where's the Me Too? You know, but the Me Too forgot about Cariol. You know, they forgot about Cariol Horne. They forgot about her. But we're not forgetting about her. That's why we're getting this petition back up, to get more signatures so we could get Thomas DiNapoli to make a decision, yay or nay. And that's all she's asking for. So then she could go into the court and do what she has to do and show all this information, and these crooked cops and crooked politicians up there in Buffalo just keeping this sister from having her pension. So I say that and thank you, everybody, and let's sign this petition and let's get this thing going. Thank you very much. Peace.